And all of the goodness coming your way still. Now, last week, before they revamped our studios, and I'm sure you're liking the new look, right? Palesa got the chance to catch up with Elaine Marcus from Standard Bank, and they got the chance to sit and talk about the benefits of life cover and funeral plans. Take a look at this.
Ask anyone if they want to protect their family, safeguard their future, and live in peace. And they'll say, obvious. Well, there is one way to do that very easily. And here to tell us how is Elaine Marcus, the head of life propositions and strategy for Standard Bank Insurance Brokers. Welcome to the loft. Finally, I get Elaine in the loft.
Thanks, Palesa. Great to be here.
Now, when we are looking at life and funeral cover, what are the kind of benefits that customers can look for and consider when looking at these long-term insurance products?
It really depends on your unique circumstances and needs. Do you want death cover only? Do you want death and disability? Or are your family prone to cancer, for example, and you need a serious illness cover? So it's really up to you in terms of what your needs are. And at Standard Bank Insurance Brokers, we have a variety of cover ranging from death, disability, retrenchment, a whole host of cover that a customer can really select and customize and tailor-make a product that's suitable for their unique needs.
But then, Elaine, if we were to look at an ideal situation, what extent can a customer determine, number one, the premiums of the policy, and when the policy does pay out, what they wish to receive?
So a customer can either select to determine how much they want to pay for their policy, or how much they want to get out of the policy, but not both at the same time. I mean, if that was possible, I'd want to pay R1 for R1 million worth of cover. So it doesn't work like that. Again, what are your circumstances? If affordability is important to you, then you'll determine how much you can afford on a monthly basis and work your way back to understand how much cover that would buy you. But if affordability is not a problem, then you'd first decide how much cover do I want, and then figure out how much that's going to cost you, and then you'll be able to pay that. Customers are looking for flexibility. So that's not the only place that they can find flexibility, though. Customers can find flexibility in terms of how they deal with the insurer, where they deal with the insurer, when they deal with the insurer, and they can also decide what type of cover they want. They can decide if they want just death cover, or if they want death and disability, or they want serious illness. So there's a lot of flexibility. It's not just in terms of how much I pay or how much I get out of it. They can choose a lot.
And then, Elaine, a lot of people want to find out how easy is it to cancel a policy, and how different is the process when it comes to cancellation, whether it's for home insurance, car insurance, or life?
Yeah, so the process is not very different, Palesa, and most policy documents will tell you the process in terms of how to cancel, and most insurers would require a 30-day notice, although these days they're very flexible with that. I don't really think the question is about how easy, because it's really easy to cancel. The question is actually, should you be cancelling? And why are you cancelling? Because there's consequences to cancelling, and you should understand the implications of cancelling a policy. When you cancel a life insurance policy, you lose all the waiting periods that you've already served, which means when you take out a new life insurance policy, you restart those waiting periods all over again, and it impacts your ability to claim sooner. So it's very important to understand the reasons why. If affordability is a problem, perhaps rather look at downgrading the amount of cover you have, or removing benefits rather than cancelling. It should really be the last option.
So does the amount one puts into their policy, will it change? Does it fluctuate depending on the cost of living and that inflation?
Yeah, that's a good question. So sometimes it does, depending on the policy you have. Sometimes it doesn't. So it is important as a customer for you to understand whether your policy adjusts with inflation or not. Ideally, you would want your policy cover amount to increase on an annual basis, so that when you do have a claim, it's a current amount. It's something you can actually do something with, and it's relevant to your current expenses and your current lifestyle. So you have that choice as a customer. Again, when we talk flexibility, you have that choice to say, I want my policy to increase, by X% on an annual basis. And of course, then the premium associated to it will increase as well.
Will adjust, absolutely. And then finally, I want to find out, Elaine, is it possible for someone to take out an insurance policy on someone else's behalf without their knowledge?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
In exceptional circumstances, not in every. So you can't just go and take a policy out for your neighbor, you know, who's sick and you know something's going to happen. No. You can take out a policy for somebody who is dependent on you. So let's say you have power of attorney over a relative who can't make their own decisions, who's incapacitated in some way. Then you can take out a policy for them on their life, or someone who you've got a relationship with. And in insurance, we speak about insurable interest. And what that really means is that you have a relationship with the person and there's a financial dependency. So if that person had to pass away, and be it an aunt or an uncle or a cousin, you will be financially responsible for the cost of the funeral or whatever else it is that they did. So there must be a relationship, there must be some financial dependency. And the reason for that really is to mitigate fraud as well. You know, because we have seen in the industry and recently in the news that people have taken out policies on friends and family members that don't depend on them. And then, you know, taken out a contract on their lives and claimed on it. So there has to be these mitigating processes in place.
Oh, thank you so much, Elaine, for not only shedding some light on life and funeral cover, but kind of breaking it down generally in the Afternoon Express loft. Now, looking to the future to secure your family's interests and well-being all starts with the right kind of insurance. Reach out to the Standard Bank Insurance Brokers team and build cover that suits your needs and budget. You can visit them at standardbank.co.za or call them at 0860 123 999. Standard Bank Insurance Brokers may help you save time and money by protecting what matters most to you. For business and personal insurance, visit standardbank.co.za for more information.